Can I use my leftover challah to make dairy French toast? So there's really two questions about the challah. Let's talk about in terms of how it was baked. If it was baked in a fleishig oven, which means if I baked it at the same time as I bake chicken, meat, anything else like that uncovered, the challah now is certainly fleishig because the steam from the other items will make the challah fleishig, and certainly it cannot be served with dairy. If it was baked in an oven that had previously baked meat, but it was not kashered out, now it would depend if the oven was clean or not. If it has spills of meat in it, you turn on the oven, you can still smell the aroma of meat. The challah also should not be served with dairy. It's still considered a fleishig oven until you clean it out, and then it should be preferably even kashered. Then you could bake the challah and it would be pareve. If you bought it from a supermarket, from a bakery, you could assume that it's pareve. Then the question is only going to be, how was it served at the meal? If you brought it out to the meal, but then you removed the challah from the table before the meat was served, so then obviously the challah is still pareve, and it can be made into dairy French toast. If you left it out on the table while the meat was being served, Moshe Feinstein makes a distinction between the bread that's in the center of the table, that stays either uncut on the cutting board or in the challah basket, and there he assumes that nobody is just putting their greasy hands all over what's meant for other people to eat, and therefore that bread technically remains pareve. The bread that you remove from the basket, a child took a piece of challah and they had it next to their plate, even if they didn't eat it, that challah would be considered fleishig. Moshe, however, says that even though bread in the basket that was at the table with the meat remains pareve, it is considered praiseworthy though to consider it fleishig. So strictly speaking, one could, but it would be praiseworthy not to.